There's two things that could happen. Is one, you shut yourself away from the world, lock yourself up in the room, you start comfort eating and just keep yourself to yourself.
Becoming successful in that way, eyes are always on you. Hello everyone and welcome to the Parveen and Kayas show. So today I have a visitor that has come on which I cannot wait to do this podcast with, and he's someone that I look highly up to. His name is Kayas Irshad and he is an actor, director and producer, and he's a mental health advocate. Hi Kayas, welcome to our show.
Thanks for having me. Welcome. You know, you said my name right, you know.
Did I?
People's like, and it's so easy. Like, people's like, Kate. I'm like, it's Kayas.
Yeah, it's how it's
Just
spelled.
call me Kay.
No, Kayas is a very beautiful
But
name.
you actually didn't even ask me, like, how do you pronounce it? So I rate that.
Really?
Yeah, you said it right.
Thank God.
Means money,
Can you
by the
imagine?
way.
I thought, yes, I've got it right. And it's all completely wrong.
Means money, by the way.
Oh,
Means
does
money.
it?
Yeah, a lot of people don't
In
know
what
that.
language?
Moroccan.
I
yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah. Moroccan name. That's why no one's got my name.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But it's a beautiful name.
Thank you.
For
Appreciate
mine,
that.
it's Parveen, and you would think that it's easy for people to say, but I've heard all sorts.
Yeah.
I have heard all sorts. And you've got in the Turkish version, you've got in Arabic, but Arabic, they don't say Parveen, they say Parveen with
They
a
say,
B.
Yeah.
Because they don't have P.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'm like, no, it starts with a P.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Thank you. And yeah, it's good to be here and speaking to you.
For me, I really wanted you on because I've been following you and following your path for so long. And honestly, I take my hats off to you because what you do, not a lot of men would do. And you are a very strong person to be able to do films, documentaries with a meaning.
Yeah.
But I think my audience would want to know more about you and what you do more in detail, really.
Yeah, so I've got a lot of titles. I don't even know where to start. You know, I'm an actor, producer, director, marketing manager, production manager, casting director, and a mental health advocate. Yeah. So quite a bit. People, you know, are just like, you do a lot.
You do.
But you know, it's not easy. But I enjoy what I do.
Yeah.
I've got a passion, you know, in what I do. I put my heart to it. At the same time, I raise a lot of awareness. I, you know, do motivational videos and help people along my journey as well, like actors, businesses, people, charity companies. So, and yeah, I've been 17 years now.
17 years.
In this industry. Yeah, I never would have thought I would have lasted this long.
No, you're good at what you do.
Thank you.
And it
Thank
does
you.
show up. I
Yeah.
mean, a lot of people who I've mentioned about you too, they've all said, amazing guy, amazing energy.
Thank
so
you.
like I said, I take my
appreciate
hats off
that.
to you. It's amazing. And it's really difficult to find someone so genuine nowadays
Yeah.
as well. So thank you for being
No, I
you.
appreciate that. I appreciate the kind words. Thank you. And I just want to say thank you to everyone that always supports me, you know, on my work, you know, on my socials, my journey. I look at everything, and it's the messages, the comments, you know, when people see me, you know, even when I'm at red carpets, and, you know, I really appreciate it. And I've always said, like, I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for, you know, my people, the people that support you.
Yeah.
I don't forget my roots, where I started off. And, you know, we just got to, like, keep ourselves humble, which I've
Yes.
always done. Like, I've always kept humble, and I don't show off, and just work hard.
Of
You know what I'm
course,
saying?
definitely. That's a good place to start. When you said you don't forget where you came from, what is the background? When did you know you wanted to be in the media and do everything that you are doing right now?
Do you know what? It's crazy because when I was younger, I wanted to become a police officer when I was older.
Really?
Yeah, I did. You know when you're young
I
and they're
can
like,
actually imagine that,
Yeah.
actually.
you know when they say, what do you want to become? And you're like in school and you're like, you don't know. You just say, but I did want to become a police officer. Then I changed my mind one day. Then I was just like, you know, maybe I just want to become a manager for something, or, you know, you have all these different phases,
Yeah.
like maybe a model, whatnot. Then I studied business and, you know, business studies in college. I never would have, you know, I never done no media like studies at
Yeah.
all. And I was always into music, and a lot of people don't know this, but I used to DJ.
Ooh,
way before this film work.
I didn't even know
Yeah,
that.
so I used to DJ a lot. And I think one day I woke up, and I'm talking, this was back in 2008, when I started off.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I wanna get into the film line of work, Again, I didn't know what, whether it was acting or whatever. I just get my foot in. And that's what I did. I started doing marketing. And back then we never had Instagram and stuff. Damn, I feel old. We just had like the basic social media, do you know what I'm saying, and stuff. So it was more just editing videos and stuff like that. But I was good at it, and people noticed my work. And then for the first 7 years, it's hard to explain the 17 years, but the first 7 years I was doing a lot of production work, marketing work on set, just like behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And then 7 years later, I thought, right, I want to start acting now. I want to write. I want to produce, direct. So I started doing that. And then like 17 years later now, and I had a lot of people help me through my journey. But I still had to work hard. I'd done 11 months of free work even when I started this. And a lot of people don't want to do that now, But you have to like get your foot in, network and stuff. And I feel 17 years then, now I'm making my own documentaries, my own films. I have my own production company, Infinity Media, that I set up. And I'm doing still everything, directing. I'm not acting in everything, but sometimes I'm just directing, or I'm producing, or I'm directing, I write in or acting. But it's kind of like I just want to progress more. And I'm making films now and just trying to do a lot of like help people and do motivational videos and stuff. So, but I never would have thought 17 years went fast. The first movie I ever worked on was Adulthood.
Yes.
And that was, that popped off when it came out.
I remember
the Hood film. So Kidulthood first came out, then it was Adulthood. But I got lucky, like I worked on like the first season of Top Boy. I worked on EastEnders, Fast and Furious 6. So I just network. And I feel with me, I showed what I'm about.
Yes.
And I never backed down. I had to show people that, look, this is me. This is what I can do. This is my talent, and I never shied away.
And that's very important, right? For you to show your true self and people to get to know you before you could even be successful to where what success is actually meant to be.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, like you said, rightly so, they don't want to be in a field for 17 years and then make it. They want to make it quickly, but without people knowing you and how genuine you are, they, even yourself, you wouldn't have ever thought that, wow, I'm a jack of all trades. I can do everything in the media, really.
Yeah.
Now, the mental health advocate bit, when did that come in? And what made you want to do a lot about mental health?
It's a good question. I feel that came in, it never came in at first. I didn't even used to think about, mental health and all that back in when I started this industry. And it wasn't a massive thing then, as you know.
Yeah.
It was more when I went through it myself. I went through something, very personal a few years back. And as we do, we're humans, but it's about how you deal with it and stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? So it hit me. And, a lot of people know this. I've spoken about it before. I've been through bullying. I've been through racism. I've been through mental health issues and stuff. And so when I went through that a few years back, I was like, wow. And the thing is, I'm not going to sit here and be like, I won't ever go through it again. You can go through mental health issues every day.
Yes, of course.
And I sometimes still go through it. I might not show it, but we're humans. There's so much happening now in this world. And being in this industry is tough.
That's another thing. Your industry, I would personally say your industry is the toughest one.
Yeah.
Because you have to always have a good energy. You always have to smile. And when you're in this industry and the more you grow, the more successful you become. I won't even say famous. I would say successful, because that is what you are.
Yeah.
You are very successful.
Thank you.
And becoming successful in that way, eyes are always on you. And then you'll always be open to bullying, to people putting you down.
Yeah.
And I would always personally say it's more difficult for a guy when they're going through that.
100%. I feel, I'm glad you said that, because I've been posting about this a lot recently as well, that men's mental health needs to be spoken about more.
Yes, definitely.
And that's why I jumped on here today as well.
Yeah.
And when you said to me, look, when I do this, I'm there.
Yeah.
Because I feel like everyone goes through mental health, women and men. And I know women go through it bad as well.
Yeah.
Men, the reason I wanted to push men more as well is men don't speak up because they don't want to look weak. I've said this before. They don't want to look weak. It's like when men say they don't cry. We do cry. Do you know what I'm saying? We're humans.
Yeah.
And it's not going to make you look weak. But talking it out helps so much. Reaching out, you know, and I feel... So like you said, where for me, you know, people say I'm famous. I'm not famous. You know, I don't class myself famous. I'm not into that kind of, you know, I work hard. Yes, I'm successful and I still want to do more. But I feel that my mental health can sometimes hit the roof, but I just don't show it. And what I mean by that is there's a lot going on in my life. Do you know what I'm saying? There's a lot going on in my life and people don't see that. And I started to show that a lot more on Instagram and my socials, because I want people to know what happened behind closed doors. And what I mean by that is, you know, 15 hours on set, you're away from family. You know, I suffer migraines. I have them for 20 years. It's an illness.
Yeah, of course.
I'm crying half the time. When I get them, I get them bad, you know, proper. And then you got, you know, I'm at events, red carpets, draining, you know, I'm training a lot. Then, you know, family time, me time. There's all this other stuff I got to do. I'm at meetings. This all builds up. So it hits you. It hits you a lot. And I feel, I know I chose this line of work, you know, so I can't complain about it, but I just want people to know that it's not easy.
Of course, definitely.
They see social media and they want to live that life. They think, yep, celebrity life. He's made it. You know, he's rich. I get all sorts of funny messages, you know.
Really?
Oh, you're a millionaire. I wish. I want to be living there.
Exactly.
Like, you know, you're a celebrity. You got, you know, you're living a celebrity life. You're doing this. No, it's my work. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, you get the perks when you're in this industry. You know, you get to go to red carpets. You got to go to events and stuff. So it's kind of like... but they don't see the hard work, the 15 hours or 20 hours on set in the rain, in the cold, you're away from family and all of that. And then sometimes what I've started to do recently is having me time to recharge and reset. And it's so important that I go for walks on my own to clear my head. I go for, you know, I'll go running. I go gym a lot. The gym is, and that's another thing. I can't even train in my local gyms because I end up knowing people there. They come up to me.
And it's not like training anymore, is it?
Nah, they want to talk about films or, you know, and I appreciate that because, you know, they want to talk to me. And obviously I'm not rude. I talk back, but it's my training. Do you know what I'm saying? So I got to go to a gym now where no one knows me.
Yeah.
And then I can just, because when I'm training, I train for 2-3 hours and I'm hardcore. Like, I put my 2-pack on, I'm training. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like all this adds up.
Yeah, of course. Your line of work as well.
Yeah.
So it's not like me, for example, I would love to go to a premiere and do all of that, but it's not my line of work. For you every time you're at these places, it is still working for you. It's still networking for you.
Yeah.
So I can imagine how draining it is. And I feel strongly, not just because of my line of work and that I understand it, but what I do want to put out there is your physical health goes hand in hand with your mental and emotional health. So you going to the gym, taking time out for yourself, going on walks, having you time is very important. Very, very important. And, you know, it's good that you've touched on that where you're so successful when you're working so much and you're away from your family. Did you ever feel that there was an expectation from you? Not just because of your background, so like your family had expectations on you, like, Kayas, why are you always working? Why are you not home? Why are you not with us? Did you feel that you had that pressure on you as well?
100% you do. Always, because, and the thing is, you know, that's why I've started to make weekends my family time now. I never used to do this, but literally weekend is my family time. Monday to Friday, I'm working. I'm filming, I'm at events. So when people say to me, oh, weekend, I'm like, nah, I'm with my family. Because family means, it means a lot to me and it should do to everyone. And it was pressure for me because I felt, you feel bad after. You got to like break yourself everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's hard. And that's when the mental health kicks in. Do you know what I'm saying? And sometimes you just want to scream. You want to go in a room and scream. Do you know what I'm saying? And sometimes, I'll be honest, I'll go in my room. It's like when I have a migraine. I'll go in my room, I'll shut the door, switch off the light, and just sit on my bed for a good 5-10 minutes just to relax. And it feels good. I won't have my phone with me, nothing. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and I think recharge, resetting is so important. And this is why I use my social media now to raise awareness on this. I'm always talking about mental health. I'm always talking about self-care, self-love, recharging, resetting, reminding people their worth. And I posted something the other day, which, I think in this day and age now, what happens is people are too busy focusing on others and what they're doing instead of themselves.
Yes, completely.
And focus on yourself. I feel that they're seeking validation a lot. Just focus on you.
Exactly.
Time is ticking. We're coming in 2025, man.
What do you think about this, right? Because this is something that I've given a lot of thought in.
Yeah.
Where I've been similar to you. I'm always working. I'm always trying to raise awareness and do something and give back to the community and the world. That when I do take time out for myself, because obviously there's so much more to do than just work, I feel like sometimes I'm being selfish and people look at me like, oh, but you're spending time just with you and you're going to the gym and, you're in your room and you've turned off your phone. They feel that that could be perceived as quite selfish. So then it makes me then take a step back thinking, hold on a minute, am I being selfish? And at one point in my life, I basically took away my me time and my recharge time just to not look selfish. But then I lost myself.
Yeah. See, now that's when you got to be careful, because when people were like that, they're putting thoughts in your head. You're going crazy and then you're feeling guilty. But you shouldn't. It's like when you're having an argument with someone. And you're in the right. Okay, you're in the right. But they say things that often make you feel, hold on, am I in the right? Am I in the wrong here?
It makes you feel like, oh my God, am I going crazy?
Yes.
Right?
But you still know that you're in the right, but you're just like, you start having doubts.
Yeah.
You start blaming yourself. It's like when there's breakups, it's the other person, but you blame yourself always because you're just like, it must have been me. And that's when your mental health starts hitting. Do you know what I'm saying? So even when it's with this, where never let anyone take away your me time. That is so important. That's you. That's your health. That's your mental health. Do you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
And it might sound selfish, and I get it, because people's like, you're always on your own, you're always going gym, you don't have time for me, you take time for yourself. But you need that. You need that. And, make time for people if you need to. I'm not saying don't, but always put yourself first. And I never used to do this. I never used to put myself first. And I started to do that now. And that's when people start thinking you're selfish.
There we go. Because they're not used to that side of you. But you're really not selfish. Because I learned that the hard way as well. Where it came to a point that I felt so burnt out. And I wasn't happy within myself anymore. And I felt that if I was to talk about it, people would be like, oh, but it's in your head. You're being selfish. This is what you're meant to do.
Yeah.
You're meant to do. Not what you would like to do, but it's what you are meant to do. So if I'm going through that and I'm a woman and people perceive mental health with women, it's easier.
Yeah.
For men, how must that affect men?
Massively, because you got to remember as well, a man's doing a lot. Women do a lot.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this now. Women do so much. Do you know what I'm saying? And, 9 months pregnancy, giving birth, cooking, they're working, they've got a job. They do. A woman's strength is unreal. Do you know what I'm saying? At the same time as well, men work and stuff as well. They want to provide. They want to do, they do a lot. But men don't show their feelings.
No.
Like women do, but men don't, and they just want to look manly and be like, yeah, da, 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 da. And then what they do, and a lot of people will relate to this, is they sit in their car parked up. I'm outside the house for a good 10 minutes before they go in, or they'll go to a car park and then they'll just sit there and just stare at the sky, or they'll just cry, they'll just sit there, or they'll just like just days off, because that's their time, and then they'll go in.
If you don't mind me asking, just so that maybe people can relate to this and understand, you understand mental health very well and you understand what's important to make it better.
Yeah.
However, how did you get to that point where you had such a big thing that has happened to you in the past? Did you struggle a lot before you found out, no, enough's enough, this is what I'm meant to do? Was it a support network you had? Was it that you hit complete rock bottom that you're like, nope, this is how I'm going to do it? And then naturally you started to learn, you know, the steps and the fundamentals of how to be healthier, like your mindset wise and your mental health, and what's natural for you to do, basically.
To be fair, I didn't go, the mistake I made is I didn't go to anyone. And that's why I'm advising people now to talk out, reach out. I did everything on my own. And what I mean by that is so there's two things that could happen. Is one, you shut yourself away from the world, lock yourself up in the room, you start comfort eating and just keep yourself to yourself. But then the bad stuff with that is you end up putting on weight, your health goes down, and then you're just basically damaging yourself more. What I did, I kept busy. So what I mean by that is I was working more than I normally do. I went gym. I didn't want to chuck my career away, over depression. Now, not everyone can do this. I get that. But you just got to try and look at the positive. And if that means talking to someone or whatever, then do that. Do you know what I'm saying? But always talk, don't keep it in. And then it's only later on I realized that I spoke to good people around me. I had good people around me, which helps a lot as well. Because when you have good people around you, trust me, it helps. It takes a while. But it's like what I say about bullying. It doesn't leave you. Like bullying as well scars you for life. Mental health scars you for life. Depression scars you, but you just got to know how to handle it. So when it comes back, you just got to know, right, this is my time. I got to do extra me time now. I got to shut myself away from people until I get better. And now I try not to worry about it too much. Whereas if it starts affecting me again, I'll be like, all right, I know what to do. And
I believe that is very strongly your mindset as well. Like you said, it's not easy to do, and not everyone can think the way that you have just thought. I'm not chucking away all my hard work. I still want to be successful. I'm going to push myself and do all of that. And
because everyone goes through different things in life.
Correct. Yeah.
They could lose a loved one, breakups, they've lost their job, cost of living. It's so many things can affect mental health. Do you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So it depends on the person's situation. I've always seen that. And this is why I've always said, you've got to be careful how you talk to people and what advice you give them.
Very, very true.
Because you could be giving the wrong advice. You don't know how they're acting. You don't know how they feel. You can't just, and the worst thing is, you say to someone, you'll be all right, don't worry. It's not, you can't just take a paracetamol and you'll be all right.
Exactly.
You got to be very careful how you word stuff, making sure that you have to look at their body language. Just basically tread carefully. And seeing what help they need and stuff. But I've always said, like, a simple text can save a life. Text that person.
Definitely.
Don't expect a reply straight away. If they don't reply to you within a minute or an hour or a day, don't start getting mad because they're going through it. Do you know what I'm saying? It could take a week. If they don't reply, they don't reply. They're still going through it. Call them, but at least they know that they're not alone.
Exactly. And to that person, it would mean so much to know I'm still being checked up on. I've still got that support network around me. And I've seen this a lot, and not just recently. I can't just say it's recently, but it's been highlighted a lot recently. In your field of work, a lot of people, when they go through the bullying or the mental health side, which is completely normal, by the way, it doesn't mean that, you're out of the ordinary because you're going through depression or something's mentally affecting you. It's actually completely healthy to go through that. But I've felt that a lot of successful people in your field of work has turned to substance abuse because they felt like they they're always in that one energy that, nope, I need to look okay everywhere. I can't talk about it. I'm going to be perceived wrong. Oh my God, my followers or my fans are going to think different of me if I speak up about it. They're scared to step into that. And that's thrown them into substance abuse, things that wouldn't normally be them. So it takes a very strong person to be in your field of work. But putting that to one side, it's the members of the public as well. If they learn what to say at the right time and how to say something, it doesn't need to be that way where people are scared of speaking out. And I feel like they're scared of that backlash because bullying is a culture now. It's an absolute culture.
It is, and it's unfortunate, and it's going to get worse.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
When I did a documentary on it as well, we spoke about every aspect of it and why it happens, and social media is to blame. Phones and everything, and I feel we can raise awareness. We can't put a stop to it, but we can raise awareness on it. We can help people just reaching out, and the same with mental health. Reaching out, which is very, very important. Letting them know they're not alone and that people are there. People are here to help. There's a lot happening in the world. There's a lot of negativity around, especially social media. It plays a massive part because everyone's on social media. And then when it comes to social media, you got all that negativity that's on there. People writing stuff. You got to be ready for the backlash, especially in this industry where if you're an actor or you're in the media industry, you got to be ready for all this beforehand. You got to take the criticism, you got to take all the backlash, all the bad stuff, but just try not to let it affect you.
Definitely.
Not everyone's going to like you. Do you know what I'm saying? They're not going to like your work. Not everyone's going to like you. You're here to do a job. You're not here to be liked. And that's the mentality I had, that when I came in this industry, I'm like, right, I'm not here to make friends. I'm not here to be like, I just want to do my job, show them what I'm about, and that's it. And you know who your people are, who your close people are, and stuff like that. You get to know that in this industry.
And I think as well, another thing that I would like to bring up is, yes, you can be ready before you step into your industry. However, the people around you, like your family, your close friends, it's hurtful for them to read things that people have been saying bad about a certain someone or yourself, or, because they know the true you. So it can affect other people as well, not just that person who's in the limelight and that bullying. So it's something so big, so big. It's
big, and as I said, where this is why I surround myself with positive people. I keep my circle small. People that know me know that I don't just hang out with anyone. For me, I'm literally working. I'm at events, I'm at the gym, or I'm at home with my family. And if I do see people, it'll be my close people. And this is when I tell people that my time is valuable. Like, if I'm meeting up with you, then you're my people then.
Of course.
Do you know what I'm saying? And the reason I'm like that is because I've been through a lot in my life. I've been through, there's been like, and I know everyone's been through it, I've had fake people around me, I've had backstabbers, there's people that use you, especially in this industry. I've helped people in the past, a lot which haven't appreciated things. It happens, but you learn from it, you learn from the mistakes. And there's people that come out crawling from under the rocks when you're making moves, when you're doing well.
Yes, definitely. And they're like, oh my God, I haven't heard from you in so long. What's going on? And you're thinking, where have you been all this time?
Exactly. They're like, can I be in your film? And I'm like, that's what you used to bully me.
Exactly.
Just call me names. They're like, I just want to hang out with you. And I'm like, but you don't want to hang out with me back in college or school days.
Exactly.
But it happens. And this is what you got to put up with. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's kind of like, I don't say nothing back to them. You just show them with your success.
Yes.
And that's what it is. So
and that's a very mature, respectful way of doing it.
I mean, if that was me 10 years ago when I was in my 20s, then I'll be like, I'm hot-headed. I'll be writing stuff and like
like keyboard warrior. Come on.
Now when you get older, we just laugh.
Yeah, of course.
It's still, I won't forget what that person's done, but it's kind of more like, they know you've won basically because you've done well for yourself.
Exactly.
So, it's kind of like, okay, you do you, I do me.
Exactly. Very true. And I feel the next few generations growing up is going to be very difficult because,
Oh, man.
like I said, bullying has become a culture.
Yeah.
So it's going to be so difficult for them till they come to a point where they've gone through so much and they've learnt what to do, what not to do, how to approach a situation when they're going through that. And like I said, I've said this all the way throughout this podcast, but I really respect you for speaking out about it because hopefully by speaking out, this will help a lot of people because they will see that they're not alone. They're not the only ones going through it. This is how this one dealt with it. This is how this one dealt with it. This is how they got out of it. And hopefully it will help them to speak out more.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my advice is whoever's going through mental health issues, whether, you're a guy, you're a girl, talk to someone. That's my, don't keep it in. Whether you're in this industry or not, you could be working in retail.
Yeah.
You could have an office job. You could be working anywhere. You could be a mom, a dad. You could be a single person. Anyone, you're human at the end of the day. But if you're going through it, talk to someone. Don't keep it in, and just know that there's someone there to help and support you, and love you like you're loved.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. It's hard out there. It's tough, and everyone's going through different situations in life.
Course.
Do you know what I'm saying? Money issues, job issues, and we get it. And this is why I say to people, you don't know someone, don't judge them. There's too much judging happening in this world.
So much judging.
You don't know what someone's going through. So don't judge and just reach out and listen and just support them, yeah?
And you know what's worrying as well is people think that what you put up on social media or what they see on screen is that person. But yet they don't know what happens behind closed doors, what battles they're fighting and what's going on. And I feel that, like you said, social media is huge nowadays.
Yeah.
So it's something that adds to all the bullying and all the perceptions that people have of different people. And judging is one of the most dangerous things to do.
Yeah, it's people think they know you through social media. If they follow you, they're like, yeah, I know him, or I know her, I know what they do. That's just so, and that's why I started to post other stuff on socials now where they see, if I have migraines and I'm literally in pain, or if I'm moaning about it, I'll post about it now. If I'm, me taking my tablets and stuff.
To show that you're an actual human being.
Yeah, that I'm in pain, crying right now, my head, even if I'm doing behind the scenes of all the hard work that goes on, on set, in the rain and all of that. I feel people just want to show the good stuff on social media.
Definitely.
But I feel people need to start posting realness,
real life things.
And I think I have seen I've started to see a lot of people do that, but people need to know, reality and stuff. For me, all that crap about followers and all that, they don't mean nothing to me. Likes, I don't care. And I've said this before, if you like me, you like me. If you don't, unfollow.
And that's another thing. If you don't like what you are seeing from a certain someone, scroll on, go to the next. There's no need for you to say things, It's like, I don't know, because you're in the media, of course you will know this.
Yeah.
Bambi. Have you watched Bambi when you were younger?
Yes. Yeah.
Remember Thumper?
Yeah.
Right? And Thumper's mum used to say, if you don't have anything nice, don't say anything at all. Come on, guys. We've seen that from when we were younger. So this should be embedded in us, really.
100%.
But people lose sight of that and they only take and see and listen to what they want to. And I feel like we've always had people and movies and things we listen to that has embedded in us the true way of being and how to be nice and how to be respectful to others. But people just don't listen to it anymore.
They don't. And this is where it's, people, I've said this as well, people need to focus less on social media, more in real life.
Yes, definitely.
Less on the likes and the followers and pleasing people. There's a lot of, let me please this person, I need to please this person. Idolizing celebrities. They don't care. They don't even care. I've said this before. They don't care. They don't know you exist. And what makes me laugh is they're sharing their albums. They're sharing, they're meeting this person. They're meeting that person. But but they don't want to share their own people's work.
No.
They don't want to share
Exactly.
their own people's film work or art or music, but they want to share these celebrities that don't even need sharing. They already made their money.
It's true.
Share your people's work.
And help support the people around you because they need it the most to become successful and do exactly what they want to
show
do.
support to your people. Share it's free. Do you know what I'm saying? It's free. That share button is free. And trust me, they'll appreciate it.
They will, definitely.
Because,
Definitely.
you know, it doesn't cost anything. And it's your people then, man. Like, why wouldn't you? Do you know what I'm saying? And this
Exactly.
is where focus more on real life stuff, your family, friends, work, your future, than social media. Be on it, but just don't be too into it like it's your life. And this is where this generation, you know, we're drifting too much into that.
Completely agree.
And, you know, support your people.
Absolutely.
Strangers support you more than your own people now.
You're seeing that, right?
I've always said that.
It's so true.
Strangers support you more than your own
It is
people.
so true. Like I've met many strangers in my life, and I'm not really a spring chicken where I'm that young, but I've met many people in my life, and they, you know, the people that I thought was my friends and I used to support them.
Yeah.
They never supported me back.
Nah.
They only liked it because I was supporting them and I could give back to them.
Yeah.
But there were strangers that actually came and helped me a lot more in my time of need and when I was going through something. And to me, I would count them as my support network because that's very important. And a support network could be family, could be friends, but you should be able to count it only on one hand.
Yeah.
They are the truest people that would be there for you, not just in your success, but in your downfall as well. And when, not in a rude way to anyone, but when you're a nobody, these are the people who have been there for you to when you make it to be successful.
Exactly.
And their opinions are the only ones that matter.
You would want that because they're your people then.
Yes.
But there's 2 times where you would know, and I've always said this, is when on your birthdays
Yes.
and when you win something. And I know people say it's only social media, but no, I don't care about people that are just followers because you've never met them. These are your people I'm talking about that you grew up with, that you're friends. If they don't wish you a happy birthday and they don't congratulate you when you win something, and then on top of that, they lie when they say that I didn't know, but they viewed your story.
Yeah.
You're making it worse.
And you can see they viewed that story as well. And they're like, oh, I didn't know that. And you're like, but you've watched my stories and you've been watching them consistently.
Yeah. Like, I love seeing my people win. When I see my people winning, I'll share that. And I'll be like, do you know what? My people are winning. I love it.
Yeah.
And I just feel like they can't, something happens to them when they see you doing well and stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? When they see you making moves, when they see you on the red carpet, when they see you making films, or when you have opened a business, or you've got a nice car, or you know, you've got your own yard, they can't see it.
They can't.
And it's mad. But it shouldn't be like that. It should be the opposite. You should be like, right, do you know what?
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
You've done
We've come
really
from the same place. We went to school
Exactly.
together, college together. We worked together. You've done so well.
And then, you know, they're the people that when you've noticed they've been like that with you and they've then won, if you have by accident missed that and not said anything, they're like, you're not my true friend. You've not been there for me, but you did the same to me.
Exactly.
You know, it's not tit for tat, and I'm not saying that at all.
Yeah.
Because sometimes life does get busy, right?
It does. It does. And
But if you were to give that energy back with the energy that you've received, a lot of people won't like that. And they are the people that won't like that.
100%. And I forgot to add something earlier, that if you are going through mental health issues, come off social media. I've said this before as well, that what people tend to do, and I had this convo earlier with one of my mates, that people need comfort. I get that. Do you know what I'm saying? People grieve, you know, if someone's passed away, if you're having a breakup or something's happened to you, you want comfort.
Yeah.
And if you're not in a relationship, whatever, or you're single, you know, they go online, they want that love, even if it's from strangers.
Definitely.
But what it is as well, when you go on social media, when you're going through mental health issues, it's going to make you worse because you're going to see things you don't want to see. And what I mean by that is you're going to see people having good jobs or flashing cars, loved up relationships, because you're in a situation, and it's just, you're going to want that. Then you're going to start feeling rage and jealousy and stuff, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you're going to feel, I want that. Why haven't I got that? Why have they got that? Mental health starts kicking in. and then you just feel more angry. You see the amount of things you see on social media these days. That's why it's always best to come off for like even a week, a few days, 2 weeks. I did.
Yeah.
And it helps so much. I still do it every week. Like sometimes if I don't need to be on socials, I mean, I only use it for work. I'll come off for 2-3 days and I'm back and I'm happy. And then those 2-3 days, I'm like reading, spending time with family, going for walks.
And you've actually healed from what it was that you were just going
100%.
through as well, which then means that you can offer so much more to someone, right? And I love that you've actually brought that up, because for me, I want to bring it up to the other side. So the people who aren't going through mental health issues, if you know your people around you well and you know that they're doing something, for example, they're always messaging you, they're always out and about, you're always seeing them post, and you've seen that they've gone quiet or they are doing something that is not normally them, reach out to them, because that is the time where I believe that they truly do need you, because you're seeing a change in their behavior and a change in their pattern. So the people who aren't going through it, always try and think of the others that you've seen are not acting normal of what you know. And it's only your true people that would know that, actually.
Yeah. Thing is, people's got to realize, look at the amount of celebrities, okay, the last couple of years that have been making movies, they're looking wicked, smiling, gone.
Exactly.
And it could be for anything, depression, something's happened to them, whatever. Now, I'm just talking about celebrities. Then you got all these, you could have influencers, musicians, like high following.
Yeah.
All of that. And I'm going to tell you now, none of that is going to come back with you.
No.
It stays here. Do you know what I'm saying? So you spent all your life trying to please people. And then what? And the thing is, nowadays, you'll get remembered for 1 or 2 days, max. Even if you're a celebrity, 3 days.
It's like it becomes a trend.
It's a trend. And then gone.
Yeah.
Within, I would say, 3 days, gone.
And they're like, oh, I'm bored of listening to this now. I'm bored of knowing what that person's doing. You're no significance to their lives anymore.
Yeah, and the other thing is, show appreciation when the person's alive.
Correct.
Whether they're an artist, an actor, your friends, not when they have passed away. Because that's another thing where all of a sudden they'll start sharing the music, the videos. Appreciate them when they're here, because trust me, they will feel loved.
Yeah, definitely.
Not when they're gone. And that's what's happening as well a lot, that people ain't being appreciated enough when they're alive.
Totally agree. Now, Kayas, let's finish this on a good and happy note. What do we have to expect from you now for the rest of this year or beginning of next year? Don't tell us everything, because we do like a little bit of a surprise. I'm sure we all do. But what do we have to expect from you?
It's been a tough year.
Yeah.
It's been a busy year. There's been a very busy year. But next year, I've got a few things lined up.
Yeah.
More movies. I wrote a lot of films over in lockdown that we're making now.
Oh, wow. Amazing.
Yeah. So in lockdown, I didn't waste time. I did, I wrote a lot, and we've actually shooting one of them now. So been working on that, but I've got some more things planned next year. I've got a mental health documentary coming out. I'm working on another documentary on domestic violence.
That would be amazing.
So working on that, and then got a few releases that we worked on last year and this year.
Yeah.
This coming out next year. So yeah, just basically like just.
And this has just shown, if you're saying you've wrote them in lockdown, that's a good 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Coming on to 5 years ago. So there's a lot of work and a lot of, like, it's very,
a lot of people don't realize
time-consuming.
Things take time to make.
Yeah.
Sometimes it could take a year, 2 years, 3 years for, there's a lot of meetings involved, and it's all about basically having the right company doing it, getting a good team together. And sometimes it doesn't happen. Like I've wrote films, and directors have wrote movies, or writers have wrote movies, and they're never made because it just never happens. But you can't expect everything to be made. But then sometimes you can get lucky, and it could be made. So yeah, I think definitely more documentaries, more films, and just more motivation.
Amazing. I can't wait. I really can't wait. So guys, like I said, I really, really looked forward to this podcast, because Kayas has a lot of wise words that he has put out to everyone. And if you feel that, you need to speak, or you're going through something, there shouldn't be a taboo about this.
No.
You should just openly speak how you're feeling, what you're going through, do things that you know will help you out that situation. It doesn't make you selfish at all. So I hope you've all taken quite a lot from this as well, and I'm sure it would have meant a lot to you knowing that, you know, it could help people as well.
100%. I've always just said, know your worth and keep shining, keep being a king and queen that you are. Be proud of where you are. You've reached this far, so be proud of where you are. Don't doubt yourself. Achieve your goals. Stop seeking validation. And it's all about self-care, self-love, and just take care of your health and mental health, which is so important. That's the main thing.
Amazing tips. I love it. Thank you very much, guys. And once again, you've been watching the Parveen and Kayas show. Until next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.